This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of another purge of the BS, sanctioned by the First Amendment. Frustration levels 0 to 100 have been authorized for use during this purge. All weapons are restricted. Government officials have not been granted immunity from the purge of the BS and shall undoubtedly receive the smoke. Commencing at the sound of the gong, any and all BS, especially unnecessary goofiness, will be purged without consequence. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be available, but they will be busy because they too will be watching the purge of the BS. Blessed be those who have already been victims of some BS. May God be with you all.
We can enter any home we want, and we will not. His wanting is our will on this fine night. Don't force us to hurt you. He's just like a purge. To the family.
You better find someplace else to go.
I got a wicked sweet tooth tonight. And I want my candy back.
Welcome to another purge of the BS. Let's go. Al Bond, thank you for coming in the chat nice and early. You know I ain't gonna wait on the people. Shouts to you. Yeah. Oh yeah. So as you know, we're gonna purge some BS today. Make sure if you are new to the channel, you come in here, hit the like button, and let's get ready to get into it. Okay, check this out. Today we're gonna be diving into a couple of stories. All right, we're gonna dive head first. And if you're having any audio issues, you can't hear me, I'm chopping out, I need you to let me know in the chat. You are my eyes and ears out there in the world, so thank you very much for joining and preparing to purge the BS. All right, let me bring this down. Let me bring it down. All right, so nonetheless, guys, welcome back to another episode Purge of the BS live. Okay. Today we're going to be diving into something that hits a little bit closer to home because I am a parent. And we're going to be getting into some things here about split decisions, small moments, massive consequences. The way that people's minds work is actually part of the problem that we're having today in society. Split-second decisions that manifest a whole bad evening. One bad decision. So tonight we've got a 15-year-old who's in some trouble. We're going to talk about that in a second. We got a mother who basically ends up trying to justify living in squalor with her children to her cultural background, which was interesting to me. Here, that is the topic. We got a DoorDash driver who's also a rap artist who's exposing the truth about the economy, and I think it's an interesting conversation to have. We got the internet going to war over who should pay the bill when you agree to split the bill. That's an interesting one that came late last night as a conversation on Reddit. So I'm trying to bring in some of the Reddit content as well, just so we can discuss it. So nonetheless, special shouts to everybody that stopped in nice and early. I see y'all in here coming in, filtering in nice and slow. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you jump into the chat because we are about to jump in Purge of. And make sure you check out the merch as well, www.freemansvcs.org/shop. Make sure that you support not only the channel, but Freeman Services doing out here in the community in an effort to make sure that everybody who should be employed is gainfully. So anyway, we switch over to this story here. Let's see what we got. Oh, well, I heard it. I heard the transition. It just didn't happen. But I definitely heard it. So let's try that again. I heard it, though. There we go. All right, so let's get into this story. The story's been making headlines. 15-year-old child, I guess we're gonna call him that, because 15-year-old is a child. 15-year-old child is now facing an M1 charge after unaliving a classmate who bumped into him in the school hallway and didn't apologize. So think about that for a second. You bump into somebody, the normal response is either my bad or whatever the situation is, or maybe you don't say nothing. Maybe you feel like they bumped into you, depending on what part of the hallway you're in. I don't know. But it seems like these kind of things could be resolved much easier. But let's just talk about it, because it's not just about violence in schools. It's about respect, pride. There's all these different things that are, and emotions that are running through people's heads, and they don't think far enough ahead. They really don't. Like, was it even worth it? But anyway, let's let this little sheriff guy talk about it. But I'm already upset because I'm like, there's definitely another way to deal with this. There's no, if that's all it was, somebody, shoulder bump somebody. Now, even if it wasn't, on purpose shoulder bump, even that, it's high school. Boys will be boys. Things like that happen. I don't know. But let's check out the stories here.
Witnesses on scene who'd said that earlier in the day that Jacory had bumped into Pignon on.
All right, I can't hear that. Try this one.
Jacory Redding is just 15, so we couldn't film his face as he was told he would stay in juvenile detention Friday, charged with killing a 16-year-old Oak Ridge High School classmate. He appeared nonchalant during his hearing, but turned and smiled as his family called out to him.
I'm really angry that something as small as bumping into someone in the halls of a high school, something that we have all done, has now turned into a deadly shooting of a 16-year-old.
Orange County Sheriff John Mina said the bump and lack of apology turned into a plan to fight the dispute out at the nearby basketball courts after school let out. He said that's when Redding shot 16-year-old Pinion Domacy. Mina said Redding went back to school with the gun, where they took him into custody. Students spoke of phone calls from worried parents and emotions as they returned to class Friday morning.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. Let's unpack that first half there. So they scheduled a fight, and one kid showed up to the gunfight with no gun, and the other one had it, and that's how the fight ended. So there was no struggle at that point. They showed up, they scheduled a fight like we used to do back in the day. I'll see you at 3 p.m. on the park, which that's fine. I would have gone for that. We gotta duke it out. That's how we used to do it. But instead of doing that, this young man brought the gun to the situation and used it, I guess, within moments of confronting the other kid. So that's real soft. But that's just how they are these days. Like, how you gonna schedule a fist fight and then show up and start shooting? At least get into the fist fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least be getting your ass whooped, and then you can at least try to say it's self-defense or something at that point. But if you just show up shooting, then this is so stupid. Can't even just
after school
just
let
be a
out.
high school kid.
He said that's when Redding shot 16-year-old Pinion Domasi.
Hold on, and then the other part is he goes back into the school with the gun, and I guess what? Just sits there and waits for the police to get him. Like, he didn't care at all. He wanted to throw his life away. He had absolutely no reason to want to continue in regular life. That's how stupid this whole thing.
Mina
and
said
took
Redding
somebody
went
else's
back to
life
school
in it,
with
man.
the
You
gun,
want to
but they
tune
took
out,
him into
tune out.
custody. Students spoke of phone calls from worried parents and emotions as they returned to class Friday morning.
My brother was still in school and locked down for like almost 2 hours.
Mina said Redding was already on trial for grand theft auto, and they're looking into whether he got the gun from someone he knew or
he was
off
just
the
he was
street.
just one of them
Little
people.
is known about Domasi. The district said he joined Orange County Public Schools last year.
Career criminal type.
Su salud.
Oh no! Y'all not getting that ad revenue. So sorry, sir. Sorry, ma'am. Whoever that was. So let's go back to it here. All right. Because I don't even know what to say. Of course it wasn't necessary. But how do you mitigate that when this kid was already on trial for grand theft auto? So he was already waiting on, he felt like he didn't have nothing to lose. That's why he was acting like this. That's why he walked back into school and just chilled out, waited to get arrested. Like, it is what it is. And when you get to a point in life where you just really have nothing to live for, it's a very dangerous spot. And I think that's what happened. This kid was at the point of not having anything to live for, or at least he thought he didn't have anything to live for. And so he was just crashing out anytime he could. All over what looks like a minor high school infraction. You know, a small interaction in the hallway that did not need to end in some other child losing his life, and this one also losing at least the next 15 years or so of his life. Now, he is a minor, so, you know, I'm not sure how that's going to work out. But when you do all of that and you got a grand theft, you are considered a repeat offender. So the rules change a little bit regardless of your age, once you get about 15, 16 years. So he probably won't see the light of day for a while, and maybe that's a good thing. Because if he can't mitigate basic interactions and confrontations, then you know what? He's a danger to society and shouldn't be on the street. So I'm through with this guy. Anyway. Shouts to IMZ for jumping on to the cast of Pod. No problem if you're late. Better late than never. Better late than never. Shouts to Z for the super chat in there. You didn't say nothing. You're supposed to super chat something. Appreciate the donation, though. But you got to, tell me something. Tell me how you feel. Tell me about purging this BS. So we just got finished, if you missed it, dealing with the young man who basically just took something too far. It should have been a little fist fight, little boys, 15-year-old boy, 16-year-old boy fight, Everybody lives to see the next day. And this kid didn't even think about allowing that to happen. You showed up and started shooting. You didn't even allow the fair fade to happen first. And paying homage to those that came before you. I'm serious. There was a time when that's what would happen. We would schedule a fight for 3 p.m. or whatever, and we would show up there, but it was nobody jump in, nobody jump in. Then one day, I don't know what happened. Then people started jumping in, and then it becomes this bigger fight. But there was a time where that was against the rules. Like it was a one-on-one, mano a mano, fist to cuff, me versus you, and that's how we fought. And that's how a lot of us became friends from those one-on-one fights back in the day, you know. Everybody lives to see the next day, and a lot of times that fighting actually earned respect. But what's not earning my respect is you show up with a scheduled fight for fist fight, and you show up with a gun and just start shooting. You didn't even take a punch. Like you didn't, you know what I'm saying? That's just soft. But anyway, make sure that if you are interested in supporting Freeman Services, y'all jump on the website that is www.freemansvcs.org/shop. You check out our merch and stuff there, which you should see popping up in the corner over here, different hoodies, shirts, so on and so forth. And we'll be putting up new products every week, starting November 15th. So we're going to really try to get the word out there that we're over here having some conversations. And, you know, we're not here for the bullshit. So nonetheless, let's go into something else. Y'all are going to probably not like this one, especially for the parents in there. So if you're a parent, or a Haitian, I think it is, you might want to prepare your stomach, okay? Prepare your stomach for this next, because this lady has decided that she's going to be offended by CPS showing up to her door, but it seems like they have reason to be. I'm going to let y'all see the clip. You can make your own decisions, but let's see if this fits in the screen. Let's just go with this. We're going to have to shorten the description here. There we go. That works for me. All right, let's see what we got over here. Y'all ready? Hold your noses. All right. So this is the first frame of this. I don't know where this is about to go, but I can only imagine it's about to get real dirty in here. So apparently this is someone's home. There's children that live here. And CPS has shown up to deal with this. And the person to whom this home belongs to gets offended by CPS's visit and basically states that they shouldn't be there. So let's see where this goes. Let's see how y'all feel about it. But I'm going to tell you right now, that mattress has definitely seen better days. I don't know what that brown stuff is on there, and I don't want to know.
Inside of my home, I'm talking to a police officer, so therefore let me go ahead and abide by accordance. Can I do that? Thank you very much. So this is my home, in which they, excuse me, I'm in the camera now, so I don't know if you want to appear. The CPS lady says she doesn't want to be on the camera. Okay, they said they wanted to see my kids. I can't open the door and let the kids run around so that you can yell at me for letting the kids run around. You understand that? Okay, so go ahead, Miss CPS, come on in. You're afraid to come in? Excuse me, honey. They're children. Please don't get angry. All right, my food. What is wrong with my food? Why is the camera on my food?
Gotta make sure that you have food for the child.
Okay, the food is in front of you, and I will open my fridge. I do not know you. Give me a second. You have to slow down. My fridge, my sink, the bathroom is in the back. Okay, take a second. Excuse me, honey. There's people. Back up. Back up. This is mess because it's an efficiency, so therefore the kids need activity to be, activity.
This is not very safe. And
that's safe. This is mushroom. This is mushroom. This is cereal. You know why I have the box of cereal out here? And in the backyard there's a playground. And there's sun in the backyard, and I am a broke mom, single mom, in which I can already. Where do the kids sleep? Right there.
This is where the kids sleep. Right here on the floor, and you know what? I have to let this clip continue, but let me just interject briefly to say only women get away. I don't want to sound like some sexist asshole or something, but if a father had his kids in this situation and CPS was there, they would have moved. There's a sheriff there too. They would have moved for some type of emergency, something. and them children would have been removed, this whole conversation wouldn't have happened. We don't need to see nothing. We can see what we need to see from the door. Bring them kids out here right now. But for whatever reason, this lady not only is being allowed to give a tour of the damn place, but she's also allowed to record it as if she's exposing them for something. That's the stupidity. I'm like, lady, you are showing the dirtiest house I've seen outside of a Hoarders episode, and you're acting like you're exposing the CPS people for doing something wrong? That's a mental problem. You see what I'm saying? Let me let it continue, but come on now. You showing me the shit like you in the right and they're in the wrong. And if I was them, I wouldn't even be having this long of a conversation. There is definitely some black mold, roaches, dirt, pissy, poop, diapers. It probably stinks. You see this picture? I'm pretty sure that's poop and French fries on this fire engine that's laying on its side. Poop and French fries. Anyway.
The floor.
The bed is dirty.
The bed is fine.
No, the bed is
The
dirty.
bed.
Please come check the bed. Please come check the bed.
Okay.
Please come check the bed. Please bring your tools. Because you just called me dirty. And you just called me a horrible mother. Please get...
Okay, she just called you dirty. I feel like that was more of an observation. She didn't call you dirty. She is saying that these things that she's seeing are dirty. I don't see why this woman's putting up such a fight. I honestly, I thought this was a AI generated video at first, but it turned out it was actually a real video. So, shouts to Dashka Tootson over on Instagram for putting this up.
The bed is dirty.
The bed is fine.
No, the bed is dirty.
Please come check the bed. Please come check the bed.
Okay.
Please come check the bed. Please bring your tools.
And we got two
Because you just called me dirty. And you just called me a horrible mother. Please get inside my
hanging
home.
at the door.
Please get inside my home. You just called me dirty and a horrible mother on a Monday morning or Saturday, whatever it is.
Where did they shower?
The shower over here because I'm Haitian and we.
Okay, wait a second. They shower over here because I'm Haitian. All right, let's just back it up here. I wouldn't want to go in there, first of all. I wouldn't go in there without a hazmat suit. But this lady's stepping foot in there, I guess, to look. But what do you need to see other than what you've seen to make a decision right now? That's all I'm saying. I don't need to see shit else. From what I'm seeing, I see enough. Now, we're not going to check where they shower at. I'm looking at where they sleep at. That's not going to work. Bring them kids outside. You understand what I'm saying? She going through all of this. Let's look in the fridge and let's not do any of that. I can see from the door jam that this is not a place that's safe for these children. But we're going to play this game. Okay. All right. The bed is fine. Yeah, we're going to play this game. I guarantee if this was a dude, he would have got arrested for child endangerment or something immediately. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Please come check the bed. Please come check the bed.
Okay.
Please come check the bed. Please bring your tools. Because you just called me dirty and you just called me a horrible mother. Please get inside my home. Please get inside my home. You just called me dirty and a horrible mother on a Monday morning or Saturday, whatever it is.
Where did they shower?
The shower over here because I'm Haitian and we don't shower the way you shower. Please hold yourself. So therefore, we shower right there outside underneath the sun. And we have pool days and outside days and toys in the water.
Get this shit on the floor. Like, how are we having a conversation about anything at this point? That's all I'm saying. Why is this a conversation? You've seen enough. And I'm feeling a certain way because I'm like, what more do you need to see? What are you looking for that you don't already see that you can't make a decision right now about the welfare of those children? Like, what the hell are you looking for? Do you want something to crawl on you and come back with you? Because that's what'll happen. You hang out in there long enough, something will get on your ankle, you won't notice it, and it'll be in your house. Hey, IMZ, if you don't have any clocks on the wall or electronics, I don't see no electronics. I see nothing but dirt and food and stuff. I don't see no electronics, no clocks on the wall. Well, she obviously has a cell phone because that's what she's recording with. So maybe she's not paying attention to the day. But I would say this. If she can't remember the day, and she's living like this, sounds like there's a mental problem there. And that these children are not safe there. That's all I'm saying. Like, why did we have to go through all this? A dad would just say the wrong thing, and they trying to take the kids away from them or take the time away from them. This lady gets to let these people in as if there's some way to salvage what they're seeing from the door where they should be letting the kids stay there in the first place. We don't need to go in. That's all I'm saying. I don't need to go in there. No, you see that shit? Get the kids, bring them kids out here right now. No, I'm not going in there. Nope, we'll have the hazmat people come and check it out later. They'll take pictures. I'm not going in there. I don't need to go in there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going. Enough seen. There's a dustpan. You told me that's where they sleep. They sleep in a dustpan? On French fries? That's definitely French fries and poop.
Always in the water, and then there's a trampoline in the back. And what we do, army training. No, we don't use the shower.
Okay, hold on a second now. Hold on a second. I got to unpack this in pieces because it's a lot, as y'all can see. So she's telling them about the amenities outside of this efficiency, as if that's supposed to make up for what they've already seen inside the efficiency. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, why are you even talking? Why is this a conversation? Why is this even going on past 30 seconds?
So therefore, we shower right there, outside underneath the sun.
Okay, so we shower outside.
Days and outside days, and always in the water. And then there's a trampoline in the back. And
all right, one more pause there. I was talking with the wife earlier, not today, but it was a day or two ago, and I said, it takes a certain type of person to put a trampoline in the back of there. And look, don't get me wrong here. I'm sure that they're plenty of fun. But putting a trampoline in the back of your house is like, that the damn thing is dangerous. You done seen enough videos of people's leg getting caught in there, baby getting bounced out of it, one end breaking down, somebody flipping out of it, somebody get their leg or their arm caught in it. We have seen enough videos of trampoline accidents. Yet people still put trampolines in the back of their house. So I just said it just takes a certain type of person to ignore all of that evidence that this thing is freaking dangerous. It's more dangerous than having a pool in the back. Having a trampoline in the back of your house is more dangerous than having a pool in the back of your house. You have a higher chance of injury on a trampoline than you do having drowning in your pool. So keep that in mind, folks, when you keep putting these death traps in the back of your house. Stop it. Let's save it for the circus clowns, okay? Not for your 5-year-old who's bouncing around and the end of this thing is metal. Anyway, you get it. The little one, the little trampoline is like on the ground. It's very small. Okay, that's one. But I'm talking about them full-size joints where you need to put a net around it, and y'all didn't, and that's why everybody's hitting the damn grass on their neck. Nonetheless. So that's another thing. So she's got a trampoline in the back of the house. So she's just unsafe. She's unsafe because, like I said, it takes a certain type of person to ignore all of the evidence that you have the trampolines are not safe and put one in the back of the house with them little ass kids. Anyway, let's see what else she got.
What we do, army training. No, we don't use the shower. The shower is just for presentation. Because I'm Haitian and I shower outside with a box of food in which they lie. That's where they play because they're children. And I can also sleep outside as well. Due to the fact that this is my backyard in which I pay rent for.
Okay, I'm gonna step outside and call my
Go ahead
supervisor.
and go ahead, step outside, call your supervisor, and I'll get my video ready again.
Are the children not in daycare?
No, they're not in daycare. They're with me in my efficiency home with a playground in the backyard and a box of food outside and where we shower outside. Please don't call your supervisor. Make it quick. I don't have all day, nor do I have all morning. Let me close the door for you. Please close the gate if you can. I can do that for you guys.
All right. I have problems with this. So many problems with this. I'm pissed. How you gonna walk away with them kids in there? I don't need to call the supervisor. I'm gonna call the supervisor right here. Like, I got my phone. I had it ready at the door. I don't need to go back outside to call the supervisor and say, what do you want to do? No, what we're gonna do is bring them kids out here real quick. I'm just saying, people lose time, go to jail over somebody saying some lying shit. This is real, and y'all walking away. Do your job, CPS. Do your job. You'll be so quick to get on somebody about whooping their child's ass for acting a fool, but you'll leave these kids in here. You'll be so ready. Yes, I'm talking to CPS because they be on it. You whoop your kid's ass sometimes, they'll be the ones that come show up talking about you don't need to be in your child's life. Why? Because you didn't want them to do the goofy shit they did and you don't want them to do it again? That's your job as a parent, is my opinion. So do your job. Your job is to make sure kids ain't living like this and you're walking away. That's the real job of child protective services. Not to be getting on parents if they tap the butt of a child that is out of line, being disrespectful or whatever. I'm not saying murder your children. What I'm saying is discipline to me is important. And however it must be administered, I need to be able to trust that people administer it fairly and to the degree to which it's necessary. And that includes with their children. That way the kids don't get out into the damn public and start acting a fool. It is your job as a parent to discipline your kids. And it might be your job as a parent to deal with CPS because you whoop somebody's ass. It just is what it is. Many parents have been there where they discipline their kid and they weren't trying to kill their child. They just had to whoop that ass, right? And CPS shows up like you done tried to put the child out back and tie him to a doghouse. No, this child did X, Y, Z. We don't do that here, and my job as a parent is to discipline that. And you see the child's not dead and doesn't have any broken bones. So leave me the hell alone. Because if you did, Mr. or Mrs. CPS person, if you did to me what the child did, I would have whipped your ass too. It's principles, okay? But they'll go to bat for all of that. But they'll leave these kids, they gonna leave these kids in here? I'm so through with that. Like I'm gonna go outside and call my supervisor for what? What is the supervisor gonna tell you that you don't already know about the fact that these kids are not in a good spot? I don't care about if you're Haitian or what. If this ain't a storage unit and you don't live in it, then you don't have any reason to try to justify it to the CPS people that these kids are in a good space. And the kids ain't got no shoes on. The kids got no shirts on, just probably got dirty diapers on. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. And she's talking about this culture because she's Haitian. No one is going to want to hear that. No one's going to want to hear that. I'm just going to take it back for the folks that just got here. What's up, Jordan Charles? Thank you for stopping in. We are talking about the bullshit. Okay? CPS has showed up at this woman's house. It looks like the last episode I saw Hoarders. And they're wondering if they can leave the kids there. Like, actually, they haven't even mentioned taking the kids out of there. That's the other part. She shows a fridge and all of this other stuff. They're not like, that's bullshit. We got to take, anyway. I'm going to play it back, then I'm going to move on. I'm getting frustrated, and I'm sorry.
It's not very safe. And
That's safe. This is mushroom. This is mushroom. This is cereal. You know why I have the box of cereal out here? And
out
you know,
here.
in the backyard, there's a playground. And there's sun in the backyard, and I am a broke mom, single mom. In which I can already. Where do they go?
Hold up. So why does being a broke mom and a single mom mean you get to keep these damn kids in this situation? This is what I'm talking about. Why do you get a pass? And why do you think so much of your past that you even mentioned it in your defense? I'm a single mom. I'm a broke mom. That should be reason to take the damn kids. You see what I'm saying? But you justifying it as a reason to leave them there. Something's wrong with our society. Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Single mom. In which I can already.
Where do they go?
Right there. Right there. The bed is on the floor.
The bed is dirty.
The bed is fine.
The bed is not fine. It's not.
The bed is dirty.
Please come check the bed. Please come check the bed.
Okay.
Please come check the bed. Please bring your tools. Because you just called me.
All right, so we're going to stop right there for a second. And you're right, Jordan Charles. CPS does not protect children. That's what I was just saying. I've seen more people have to deal with CPS for actually disciplining their children for things that they should be disciplining their children for. And yeah, you might have got a welt from a belt, okay? On your butt. You might have got a little welt on the butt, but that's not worth taking people's kids away for, because those kids that got a welt on the butt are the same ones that won't be breaking into your cars and disrespecting you later when they get older because somebody was in their life that gave a damn. You can't have it both ways. And it seems like the system does not understand that. You want people to be accountable for their kids, but the second they try to do something, you can't even yell at your kids no more. You're being emotionally abusive. Shut up. That's my child, and I don't want my child to do what the hell they just did anymore. So I must address it how I see fit. I know their DNA. You don't. Soft ass. Anyway, not talking about you, Jordan Charles. I was in the moment. So with these kids, my whole point is this video is the woman whose house it is as if she's justifying the situation. And the CPS person is still doing an investigation as if what she's already seen is not enough to say, nah, they got to come with us. She goes in, she's looking around, she's letting this woman try to justify why the kids got to stay outside all the time. It's because they really don't have anywhere to sleep, so they sleep outside. You know all of this, and you still talk about, I got to call my supervisor. No, you don't. No, you don't. You need to call another unit down there and figure out where these kids are going right now. That's what you need to do. But you know what? They don't care about these kids. They think they care about these kids, but they don't care about these damn kids. There's no money in messing this family up. Pretty sure there's some state benefits and all of that. The CPS people don't get nothing good out of this. So they don't care about these kids.
You're dirty, and you just call me a horrible mother. Please get inside my home. Please get inside my home. You just call me dirty and a horrible mother on a Monday morning or Saturday, whatever it is.
Where did they shower?
The shower over
Where did
here
they shower?
because I'm Haitian.
I don't care.
And we don't
at
shower
this
the way
point.
you shower. Please hold yourself. So therefore, we shower right there, outside underneath the sun. And we have pool days and outside days and toys in the water. And then there's a trampoline in the back. And what we do, army training. No, we don't use the shower. The shower is just for presentation. Because I'm Haitian.
So the shower doesn't even work in the first place. So what are the kids using a hose? Are they using a hose to clean the children? Like, how much more do you need? How much more do you need? That's all I'm saying. When one of these kids end up starved or unalived, CPS gonna have blood on their hands. I'm sorry.
And I shower outside with a box of food in which they lie. That's why they play, because they're children. And I can also sleep outside as well. Due to the fact that this is my backyard in which I pay rent for.
Okay, I'm gonna step outside and call my
Go ahead
supervisor.
and go ahead, step outside, call your supervisor, and I'll get my.
Oh, that's supposed to be the kitchen right there. This is supposed to be kitchen. Y'all can see. Up on the top is, I guess, the fridge. This is a sink or something. Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Said maybe she was being sarcastic. I don't think this woman is a damn comedian. I don't think this woman's a comedian. I don't think she even has the capability of finding things to be funny, because she just lives like the worst type of person. You understand what I'm saying? I got the Stewie clip for her.
Oh, you are just the worst type of person.
Yeah, she is.
Go ahead, step outside, call your supervisor, and I'll get my video ready.
That's what I'm
Are
saying.
the children not in daycare?
No, they're not in daycare. They're with me in my efficiency home with a playground in the backyard and a box of food outside, and where we shower outside. Please go call your supervisor. Make it quick. I don't have all day, nor do I have all morning. Let me close the door for you. Please close the gate if you can. I can do that for you guys.
Okay. All right. So y'all get it. It's some bullshit. And I'm going to ask the question that some may be upset with me for asking, but where's the children's fathers? If they have the same father or different father, whatever, where is the daddies? Because if she want to live like that, feel free. Feel free to live like a dirty ass bum. But you don't need to have your kids in that. And then the fact that she's trying to justify it means she has no intention of changing that. That's just what she accepts that. And then when you go over there, man, because obviously somebody's hitting it, so you go over there trying to spend a little time on Netflix and chill. There's not even a TV in that bit. No electronics in there. Like, this is a bad situation, and this woman literally said, I got to call some people real quick to see what we're going to do. Nah, man, I'm not leaving here without them kids. I'm going to call some people to come, but I'm not going back out the door without them, because I can't guarantee that when I try to come back in to get them that you're going to be real nice about it. This is ridiculous. It's like, I've dealt with the legal system and CPS in my own right, and I don't understand how the hell they can call themselves child protective services with some of the shit that they do. I am done with that shit. Anyway. Jeez. Okay. All right. I gotta calm down. So, I'm sorry. And you're right, Jordan Charles. CPS needs to chase down those Epstein cases. But if they can't even figure out that this is a bad situation for kids, I don't know if I trust them that much to make good decisions when it comes to this. I really don't. How you gonna go back outside and talk about I gotta call somebody? No, you don't. I'm not going back outside without them kids. That's all I'm saying. If that's supposed to be your job. Hold on a second. Keisha, be quiet. I'm not talking to you right now. Sorry, my AI must have picked up on something. Up with that. Anyway, and yes, my AI's name is Keisha. So anyway, well, let's get to the next purge here. I'm sorry, Keisha threw me off. I forgot what I was saying. I hate when the little AI assistants just start talking like that. And I know you're still listening. Now be quiet. And Stan with Keisha be nosy as shit sometimes. Like, I wasn't even talking to you. You know what time it is. You know my Google schedule. Jeez. Anyway, let's get into this next thing, okay? And make sure you hit the like button. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. And if you feel so inclined, go ahead and send us a little super chat. Get your voice heard across the screen on the super chat. And, of course, in the little chat thing up top, that thing. So anyway, let's get to this next piece. So this guy, I'm going to call him the Dashionairre. He is apparently a rapper, okay? Now, I tell y'all what, I don't listen to what everybody calls rap, okay? I listen to rap, but I don't listen to what everybody calls rap. Some people call certain things rap, that ain't that. So I don't listen to that. So this dude, I do not listen to. His name is 2K Baby. 2K Baby. Is that what it says? Let me bring it up. Hold on. 2K Baby or something like that. But anyway, this guy is supposed to be, flossing and glossing and tossing. And he gets caught on somebody's video DoorDashing, right? So he comes back with his response because everybody was clowning him because they're like, ha, you supposed to be, this big rap artist, or at least locally big rap artist, and we seen you DoorDashing, bro, so you fronting, because that's probably true. So he felt the need to come back, and I feel mixed about that. I feel really mixed about that. Because it's kind of like, if you don't say anything, maybe you could just move on with your life. But if you do say something, it now opens it up for people like myself to get the word. I didn't even know about the first part of somebody seeing him DoorDash because he wasn't important to me. What I got was his response. So we're going to find out how he responded. We're going to discuss it, unpack it properly, and purge it, okay? Let's see what we got over here. Well, I know they listening, Jordan Charles. I know they listening to me. Look, before I get into this clip, let me tell y'all something really funny, right? So recently I've been arguing with YouTube, so to speak, right? And I was telling them that they was wrong a lot about how they were judging my video, okay? I'm just being honest. That's what I told them. I said, y'all wrong, and we need to fix it. You're wrong how you're categorizing and suppressing certain things based on content. I'm being nice over here. I could say so much more. I could be so much more mean. And anybody that knows me knows this is the calm version of me. That's why I be sweating. It's hard to hold it back. If you really want to see how I feel and how I really talk, go back to the original first Purge. And that's like, it's in the videos. You got to go back for it though. You got to go all the way back. And then you'll see why this is so much tamer. And I don't know. But anyway, so they've been hitting videos that are like a year or so old talking about there's issues with them. And most of the stuff I just disputed. But I'm just finding it funny that now they got time to look at stuff I did a year and a half ago that's just been sitting there. Nobody's watching it. So why do you even care? Because it messes up the metrics for the channel. So hope y'all are having a good time. Make sure you share this content because I don't know what it is. Maybe they don't like all of the graphics or something, but I'll be pissing them people off all the time. I don't know what it is. But anyway, let's get back to American rapper 2K Baby, who responds after being exposed for DoorDashing. All right. See what we got here. Y'all see it? Y'all can see it.
All right, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and address this shit. I know a lot of y'all probably seen the video going around, you know, them two niggas walking up on a nigga in American Deli.
What's good, Tamara? What's good, Tamara?
Shit, I'm gonna keep it a bean like 100. Like, nigga gonna do what he gotta do. You feel me? Motherfuckers ain't really streaming the music right now how I would like them to be. I mean, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm gonna go get it by any means. You know, I do a lot of other shit outside DoorDashing too. Like, I hustle, you know, I go get it. I ain't got no shame. I ain't got no pride problems. I don't think I'm too good for this or none of that. You hear me? Cause I got personal partners, personal friends, family members. A lot of y'all do too. That's DoorDashing or doing whatever the fuck it is they gotta do to make ends meet or take care of their business. You see what I'm saying? And do what they gotta do. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, nigga DoorDashing and doing this right now for some bread, doing this right now and doing this, but when I take this bread and I'm motherfucking investing into this and then flipping into this, you heard me? And then nigga, come on now, don't do that.
Oh.
But, well, hey.
All right, I'm gonna start right just for a moment. I hate when people be biting all up in the camera. I don't want to be that close to your mouth while you're eating. If we were sitting together, I wouldn't want to have that up close a view of you biting some stuff. It's rude. It's disrespectful. So anybody who's a streamer or whatever, I hate when y'all do that. They be like, ooh, now some stuff, I like to see the food and then see them take a bite of it. But I hate when they close up on the mouth and you got lettuce and shit off to the side. It's just disrespectful. That's all I'm saying. So, and he got the mayo up on the corner and shit right now, right off the top. Now, I'm not sure where he got his sub from. Could have been Jimmy John's. But venture off to say that these necklaces look pretty expensive that he has on. So if he's struggling a little bit, maybe he should just sell one of those necklaces. I don't know. I'm just saying.
But, well, hey. Other thing is,
Can we show some couth, young men? Please? You talking with your mouth full. My grandmother would have punched me in the forehead for doing that. And you're going out to the world to tell them your opinion. And you don't even have the self-respect to know how you're supposed to present yourself on the internet as a so-called rapper. You're just a dude that's living it just like the rest of us. You're not getting it like that. Because if you were, you wouldn't be DoorDashing. Nobody likes DoorDash. Like when you DoorDash, it's a necessity because you need the money. It's not because you like delivering other people's food in your car. Your car smells like pizza, but you didn't eat pizza. You see what I'm saying? Nobody likes DoorDash. It's like nobody really likes Uber. It might be cool. You might meet a few decent people driving for Uber or Lyft, but there's also drunk chicks named Debbie that throw up in the back of your car. So nobody really likes this shit. So he's not going to play it to me like, yeah, okay. You're not getting it like that. Why don't you just say that? Be real with the people, sir. Be real with the people. Say, you know what? The economy is screwed up. I don't really have no talent other than this rap shit I be doing. So I can't just go get a decent job making $25, $35 an hour where I don't need to be DoorDashing. Like, be real, bro. That's all I'm saying. I'd have way more respect for it. Just be honest. You don't have no skill that can pay you enough that you don't have to be doing that shit. Because if you did, you wouldn't be doing it. Thank you.
But, well, hey. Other thing is, I ain't snitching, nigga. Yeah, I was DoorDashing. I ain't snitching, though. I ain't ratting on no nigga. And I'm just speaking on me. I ain't speaking on nobody else. But 100. Even beyond that, there's a lot of other things niggas be doing to you know what I mean, get some money or whatever, get to the next level, that, you know, shit just ain't right. I ain't doing that shit. You know what I mean? I learned that all money ain't good, maybe. I learned this about how you make your money. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day,
it is about how you make your money.
$100 or $100 million. It's about how a nigga got there. It's about how a nigga obtained that shit. That shit matters to me. It might not matter to you, but it matters to me. You know what I mean?
True.
I don't give a fuck if I gotta do 100 million DoorDash orders before I go out here and make 100 million for some people that ain't right or doing some shit that ain't right. You know what I mean? 100. So, nigga, yeah, I was DoorDashing, nigga. I ain't snitching. I ain't rapping.
He's so rude to us. He is so rude to us. Stop eating in my face, man. It's sending me to a place where there's only a few things that can actually heal me. And first is putting one of these across the left side of his face. Stop doing all that. Like, you couldn't just eat your dinner first before you came on here? Did you DoorDash your own shit? Is that what happened? You just couldn't wait. You could not wait to say your little piece with all these onions and ham and bologna and shit. That's just an American cold cut. You didn't even get an expensive sandwich. That's not even toasted. But he's skirting the line of what I'm asking for. Just keep it real, bro. You ain't got it like that. You don't have any skills, really. You probably weren't the best student in school. Probably weren't. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I'm just saying. And maybe you can have a better impact and effect on the young men coming up behind you if you say all that instead of just the bar is, I'm not snitching on nobody, though. And how about don't be a witness to a crime and you don't have to worry about snitching? How about let's not do the drive-by or go along for the drive-by or the robbery? Then I don't have to worry about snitching on nothing. No crime was committed for me to snitch about, sir. And the worst part of all of this, for me, is I know there's people who looking up to this guy right now. This guy is somebody to someone. He's not someone to me because I don't know who he is. But to someone, he was enough that they caught him door dashing and had something to say. You see what I'm saying? And now they're clowning him for it. Let me tell you what. Most of the people, Mr. 2K baby, most of the people that are clowning you, they probably doing DoorDash too, or in a position in life where it might be helpful to them. And they're just clowning you because you put out a persona that you had all of this. You see the picture in the corner. He got the big chain. He got the, So yeah, you're putting out that you don't need to DoorDash. That's what you're putting out. Now, if you put out, I'm a struggling rapper as your situation, I'm just out here trying to make it, maybe even do some content that includes your DoorDashing. It would be a very humbling experience. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I just had to pause it, though, because he kept eating in my face, and I was about to punch my computer monitor, and my computer monitor has done nothing wrong. So I had to give myself a moment. All right. Hopefully he doesn't do it again, but I feel like he's going to do it again because he's disrespectful.
Novocaine out now. Putting your last out now. Dropping the deluxe very soon. Tap in.
Bro, this motherfucking 2K baby in this bitch. Hold on, bro. Damn. This motherfucking 2K, nigga. Hey, bro. You 2K baby, ain't it?
Yeah, man.
You be rapping and shit, huh?
Yeah.
But y'all had DoorDash and shit, bro.
You nigga DoorDash.
This nigga DoorDash, bro. Damn, y'all had him fell off and shit, man. Hey, what song you used to sing, though?
You know my song, bro. Why you doing that?
Hey, what song he used to sing, bro?
Yeah, Old Streets, ain't it?
Old Streets? Damn, bro, we can't get no picture, bro?
Yeah. Get a picture, bro.
First of all, you going to clown him and ask for a photo. What kind of shit is that? How you going to clown him and ask him for a photo at the same time? No, sir, you cannot have a photo with me. You just clowned me. So, shouts to 2K Baby for at least that part of it. And he seemed in the DoorDash situation, he didn't like the fact that he was seen, but it is what it is. I feel to a degree, though, that this might have been sort of staged. I don't know if y'all caught that vibe, but it's like, why is the guy outside and the guy inside kind of know each other? And why does he start filming this dude from outside if he's not even sure who he is until he gets inside? Seems a little weird. I don't know. I'm going to play that last part for you one more time just to see if you see what I see.
Out now. Putting your last out now. Dropping the deluxe very soon. Tap in.
Bro, this motherfucking 2K baby in this bitch. Hold on, bro.
See?
Damn. This motherfucking 2K, nigga. Hey, bro. You 2K baby, ain't it?
Yeah, man.
You be rapping and shit, huh?
Rapping and shit. All right. There's some violations here. First of all, I don't like the tap. You keep touching me, bro. That is against the rules. Don't do that anymore. Stop introducing yourself to people like that. Also, poor etiquette, sir. You tapping this guy. What if he doesn't like to be touched? What if he was touched as a baby? I don't know. Stop touching people like that. That's not cool. I'm sorry. That's all these little things. The guy eating in my face, the touching. This is the BS. And it must be purged.
Hey, bro. You 2K baby,
Smack me on the elbow.
You be rapping and shit, huh?
Yeah.
But y'all had DoorDash and shit, bro.
All right, well, I'm going to stop it there. Y'all get the point. But that's what made me feel like it was staged, was the fact that how he tapped him, he didn't react properly to the tap. There's a certain reaction when people touch you and you don't know them and you have not invited them to touch you. Your initial response, at least where I'm from, okay? Where I'm from, that initial response normally includes a surveying of the person from up to down, which is more like this, as you can see. And that didn't happen. It's a very subtle thing that we do. It's a, y'all know it. If you've ever seen it, you know what it means. It means if you touch me again, I'm going to punch you in the face. Who are you? So that's what made me feel like it was a little staged, but whatever. He could have utilized the platform a little bit better. I think if he would have just said, hey, the economy's tough out here, and, you know, be real. Say, hey, that stuff you see on Instagram and all that, a lot of that is an act, because it is. And be honest with the people. I think he could have done that, and I would have had a little bit more respect for him. So I'm through with that guy, all right? So we're back on the streets here. Tamara in here. I haven't seen Tamara in a minute. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Good to see thee. All right. Tamara, you get a little applause as well. Tamara's been around, I want to say, by episode 2 or 3. If not episode 1 of Purge the BS in 2023. So special shouts to you, Tamara. It's good to see that you're still rocking with us over here. I know the format has definitely changed a little bit. We were a lot more abrasive at first, but we have been beaten over the head by YouTube enough times. Kind of try to stay in the non-beating area, okay? So, but nonetheless, let's get to our next purge here. What we got? Okay, so there's some new fentanyl. Oh, okay, this is one I'm going to get in trouble for. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And make sure, if you would like to support the channel, the content, the creator, and the creator's business, make sure that you log on and check out our merch at freemanservices.org. That's FREEMANSVCS.org/shop. Go ahead and check out the merch there. If you have any issues with orders or merch, make sure you let me know. There's like a customer service bot or something. Let me know. But nonetheless, let's get to this next purge here. It definitely says that purple Finny, which is the drug, is painting the streets. So we're going to find out what that exactly means. I don't know what that means. So before I get in trouble and show too much, where is it at? Okay, it's on YouTube, so that's good. Normally, if I view something that's already on YouTube, I'm normally okay unless there's a copyright issue. But it's not a content issue most times. You know what? That's a total lie. That's an absolute lie. No, it's not just because it's on YouTube, because I do that all the time and I get in trouble. For instance, a news story, we react to the news story here. I get hit for the content in the news story. So I'll give you a quick example. Let's say that I'm covering a news story about Trump and them blowing up ships across the ocean, right? And the news talks about it. I get a flag saying that I'm promoting violence. Even though the news, I saw it, it was the news. I was just looking at the news. So welcome to Purging the BS. Apparently they don't know what to do with this channel, so they just flag everything. Throw whatever you can at the wall and see what sticks. So this other
the opiate crisis, bad.
All right, so the opiate crisis that we already know about apparently just got worse. There is now a new type of fentanyl that is hitting the streets. So let's discuss this briefly. All right, hold on a second. I didn't see your comment in there, Tamara. I'm sorry to hear you broke your back. Jesus. That sucks. You know, but it means you got good painkillers, hopefully. I mean, I don't know how your health care and coverage is, but hopefully you got some of the good things that make you feel good, okay? To help you rest and relax, if you know what I'm saying. Can't say it, you know how to get around. So anyway, so apparently Northeast Ohio is where this thing is now touched ground. It's the Plymouth Rock of the new fentanyl. It's Ohio. Yeah, okay. All right.
The opioid crisis, bad enough. Now there's a new drug hitting our streets. It's even deadlier than fentanyl, if you can believe that. This drug is also presenting a brand new set of problems for everyone to deal with. If someone overdoses, Narcan
doesn't work.
Why not actually work on this
drug?
19 investigator Mike Mason is here to explain.
Last week, law enforcement officials throughout Northeast Ohio received this. It's an alert telling them to be on the lookout for something called purple fentanyl. Reports of purple fentanyl are now popping up all across the Midwest. Users being misled into believing that purple.
Who did this? Was it Canada? Who did it? Was it Mexico? Who did it? I would believe it's good old homemade dopamine from right over here in the good old U.S. Like, who's such an idiot? Maybe not an idiot. Who's such a diabolical genius that they would think fentanyl wasn't strong enough? Like, you know what? We need something stronger than that. After all of the fentanyl situations and people overdosing, we need something that even Narcan can't stop. And then on the flip side, hold on. I know you thought about this. And then somebody says, I'll take it. What? So you tell me this is even stronger than the last thing that was killing everybody. And drug addicts are like, hey, y'all giving out some testers? This is ridiculous. What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? How do you even put something on the market that is that dangerous and have a demand for it? You know what? And I'm not trying to say anything about drug addicts on this particular podcast because people know how I feel about certain things. Some of them drugs are very hard, and they're very hard to get off of. But most drug addicts still have their wits about them. They do things they know it's not right. But if you're trying to die, there's other ways to do it. Why would you need more powerful fentanyl? What the hell is wrong with us?
Means pure.
Supposedly it gets a higher increased high.
Major Heath Tester heads up the drug task force at the Lorain County Sheriff's Office. He says dealers are cutting this new form of fentanyl with a local anesthetic.
They're mixing it with lidocaine, the fentanyl with the lidocaine.
Let's just tell everybody
is
how to
easily
do
obtained
it.
and
Okay.
often prescribed in patches for back pain. But it's also transforming an already deadly drug into a much more potent killer.
The Narcan has a reverse effect on it. It's not
it
bringing
makes them
back,
higher.
because whatever the lidocaine is, the mixture of that is countering with the fentanyl.
The DEA recently posted these photos of purple fentanyl bricks they seized along with bags of purple and orange pills. They say purple fentanyl comes in several other forms, including powder and blocks that look like sidewalk chalk. So far,
they spent the last minute of this video literally telling people how to do this on the news. And then if I said the same thing, I would get flagged for drug content. The news ain't slick. Y'all ain't slick. Y'all know good and damn well this stuff don't really exist everywhere. And it looks like it's a pretty quick upgrade to what already exists. So now, bear with me a moment. Just humor me. So now people who didn't know how to do this now will know how to do this. And they'll start doing it in other places. So it's not going to just be Ohio. Thank you, News 19 Investigates. Anyway. But for those that missed it, I'm going to let you see it again.
With the fentanyl.
The DEA recently posted these photos of purple fentanyl bricks they seized along with bags of purple and orange pills. They say purple fentanyl comes in several other forms, including powder and blocks that look like sidewalk chalk. So far, it's shown up in Michigan, Missouri, and Nebraska, while
Michigan, Missouri, Nebraska. People of color. That ain't y'all. I know who it is. Okay, don't worry. I'm not going to blame you. All right. What I am going to say is do not follow this trend. When it gets to the major urban areas that have the onslaught of Browns, y'all going to have to say no on this one, okay? We didn't need fentanyl. I thought it was going to stop at heroin years ago. And then they just kept making stronger and more powerful shit. And now it's the last thing that you thought was the shit. Now they got some new shit. But Michigan and Wisconsin, I'm just telling you, I don't know what they're doing in those places because I don't go there. Detroit, maybe. That's in Michigan. But some of these other places that they're talking about, I know who's not there. I don't know exactly who's there, but I know who ain't there. So don't let this shit creep on in like crack did. You thought crack just popped up out of nowhere? No, somebody cooked it up in the Midwest somewhere and said, put this in the cities. Let them niggas have it. And there you go. So they got it in brick form. They got it in whatever form. But apparently you just take fentanyl, add some lidocaine, and you got a purple fentanyl.
So far, it's shown up in Michigan, Missouri, and Nebraska. While none has been reported in Northeast Ohio, law enforcement says it's just a matter of time.
Here again, now we've got to learn how to stop this.
The purple color of these pills is thought to be a marketing ploy by drug dealers and has nothing to do with the potency of the drug. Law enforcement says if you suspect someone has overdosed on purple fentanyl, you should still try reviving them with Narcan because the active ingredient is still fentanyl and it may help.
You said it might help. Probably won't help, but it might help. Okay, guys. All right, y'all saw the story. This is what we got. So fentanyl wasn't good enough for y'all drug addicts. Y'all weren't dying fast enough. Pharmaceutical companies didn't make enough money off of that one. Your recoveries weren't worth enough to the state when you decided to get help and go into a rehab. So they needed something stronger, okay? The drug addicts don't make this shit. Let's just be honest. Most of them don't even have the full mental capacity to come up with the chemical balance that's necessary. They don't have the equipment to make pills. They don't own any of this. So the people this is most designed to harm are not the people that make it. It's by design. It's by design. How the hell are you going to tell me they got a new fentanyl? They've been working on it since the old fentanyl, and it's the same people. Don't get it twisted. It's the same people. These are probably companies and organizations we wouldn't recognize by name, but come on, man. This is not backyard basement bullshit. These are pharmaceuticals being distributed. You see these pills? How many of y'all can go in the kitchen and create pills? Exactly. So we're not even going to have that discussion as if it's just some random people. They're out in these, deserted areas out in the Midwest, cooking up shit. And these are not the freaking dummies from high school. No, these are probably pretty smart people. And they got this stuff cooking up and hitting the streets already. Why would they send a warning to Ohio about something that wasn't there yet? Because they know they were about to send it there. Come on, man. Come on, man. But that's what I'm saying, Jordan Charles. That's what I'm saying. Crackheads don't like being crackheads, but they are crackheads. But they don't need to try to take themselves out like that. It's the worst way to go. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Some people probably think it's a decent way to go. You pass out, you probably feel good, never come back. But what I'm saying is, these are things that we don't have to have people addicted to. This doesn't have to exist. This type of pill does not have to exist at all. It has no medical need in some other way. It has no reason to exist. It's existing solely for the purposes of killing people. And someone is manufacturing it in the United States. This is not coming across on them boats that Trump keep blowing up. This shit is on land already. This is our shit. And it's disappointing to me that they would even allow people to continue to keep building like this. But I say it because I know that there's other hands in it. The pharmaceutical companies know what they're doing. You don't just auction off fucking pill-making machines. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a car auction where you just go buy pill-making machines and all that kind of stuff. You need certain permits and certain things in order to even own the equipment to truly mass-produce pills. Okay? And these are not morphine or anything like that. These are something different. They're not in Walgreens if you break in there. These don't exist. So they're creating this solely for the purposes of taking y'all out. If you know anybody who's about to try this goofy shit, please tell them, think again. This is not designed for that. Population control must not have been working with the other shit they had, so they need something a little stronger to take some of y'all out. Because there's a certain group of people in not just this nation, but in this world, that believe that the lower end and drug addicts and all that should just not be here, and it would be better for the rest of us. So they continue this shit going in hopes that they'll lose enough of them that they don't have to provide any health care for them, that they don't have to provide any housing or anything like that. They just die off, kill themselves off every time they become fentanyl users. It's crazy, man. Anyway, y'all better look out. Purple Finny is here. All right. Well, we talked about drugs. I don't know if we got in trouble for that. I'll know after the stream is over when I get the damn email saying that we promoted drug content over here. But that wasn't, I didn't tell y'all the recipe. Hold on a second. I have an emergency I need to deal with. Hold on 1 second. 1 second here. Perfect. All right, sorry about that, guys. I honestly don't even remember where I left off. I had a quick emergency here I had to deal with. So now y'all got me for a few more minutes, but I'll have to go back to that soon. So, nonetheless, anybody that's stuck around, I'm very sorry about that, but thank you for doing so. And let's see here. Let's, you know what? I'm going to just move to the next segment because I don't know where we ended. I know we were talking about drugs. Maybe it was good that we stopped there. Maybe it was a good stopping point. Oh, that's cool. Thank you for the tire cover with the added stream. Make sure you send me a picture of that on like Facebook or one. You know what I'm saying? Just send me a photo of it so I can use it for whatever promotional purposes. But yeah, everything is sort of okay at this point, at least for the next few minutes. I have a lot going on in normal life outside of the internet, so point. But nonetheless, let's move into our next purge here so we can get through this. Oh yeah, we were definitely going to action. So I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Lil' Kim, the illustrious Lil' Kim from 90s legendary hip hop, has recently dropped a Christmas song. I don't even know if I want to call it that. It's called Big Santa Poppy. I want to have a quick discussion about this because I got into an argument about it with, and I want to see how you guys really feel about this. I'll play a quick clip. I know I'm gonna get in trouble for it. It is what it is, but I'm already in trouble this week, so screw it. Let's go. All right. So we got the thing. We got the thing. Got the thing. Cancel Christmas. That's what we're going to. All right, guys. I might have to play 5 seconds of it and mute it so I don't get copyright infringement for this song. Okay? But this is Lil' Kim's Christmas song, guys. Hold on. Santa Poppy, I know why you came here. Santa Poppy, can you make it reindeer? Can you make it reindeer? Santa. All right, so we got. I'm gonna definitely have an issue with this because I remember Lil' Kim as like a hip hop pioneer. If you want to be honest, she was like a pioneer at the time. She was a little raunchy. She was definitely cutting edge. She was, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. Before they even existed, there was Lil' Kim. And Lil' Kim was, in my opinion, was like the first super ratchet. There was a couple that were on the borderline, but Lil' Kim talked about swallowing jizz and all types of stuff, and we had never heard anything like that before at the time. So it was a lot to take in. Pause. But now let's fast forward 40 years or 20 years or 30 years. Let's fast forward 30 years here from the 90s into the mid-2020s. Lil' Kim is still attempting to make music as if she's a stripper. Now, I'm going to say this, okay? I don't know how old Lil' Kim is. And I'm sure there's some people out here that would still pay to see Lil' Kim be a stripper. But I would say this. I'm over that. And I wouldn't be mad if she wasn't that anymore. Because she was that in the 90s. So if you grow out of it, I'm cool with that. Right? But it seems like they won't let her grow out of it. And she will forever be stuck in this weird paradigm of being popular, but not even being anywhere close to as good as she used to be, or for what we had hoped for her actual career. Honestly, when Big died, it killed Lil' Kim, in my opinion. And she never made it past that point. What she was at that exact moment when Big died, she never made it further than that. Now, granted, she did kill on the Mobb Deep joint, the Quiet Storm joint. But that was, you know what I'm saying. So, All right. So you guys get the point. I'm having an issue now because with the last episode, y'all weren't here. But we discussed the fact that there's no rap songs in the top 40 of Billboard currently. In the Billboard Top 100, normally, or at least for the past 35 years, there's always been at least one or two rap songs in the top 40. And for the first time in 35 years, that's not happening. But you know why? Because it's garbage. This is garbage. This is absolute garbage. Lil' Kim does not need to make a stripper Santa song. She's like 50-something. Or whatever age. She's got to be like 50. And anything past 25 is too old to be doing this kind of shit, in my opinion. In my opinion. Once you get in your 30s and 40s, don't nobody need to see your old ass bouncing around like that. We don't. And no, I'm not forgetting Foxy Brown, but Foxy was, in my opinion, and that's a good one. Jordan Charles, let's just, since we're reminiscing on hip-hop now, since hip-hop is not dead, but it is on life support from the stuff I've been seeing lately. But let's rewind the tape here. When Foxy Brown and Lil' Kim were out, Lil' Kim was nasty compared to Foxy Brown. Foxy was Foxy, and she was brown. But she wasn't known for guzzling balls and stuff like Kim was. So that what I'm saying is, she was a little on that edge, but she wasn't nowhere near where what Kim was saying. What Kim was saying was the precursor to the Cardi B's, the WAP songs, all that kind of stuff that we've heard recently. Lil' Kim is the reason why all of that happened. Nobody was talking that kind of stuff until we heard Kim say it. And I believe Biggie might have wrote it, but she said it. And she got on stage and performed it. And she had that persona. And she had the album cover with her in the red lingerie thing with the moose knuckle. Right? So she started that shit. At this point, I would rather her just not do anything anymore. Like, I'd be perfectly fine if Lil' Kim never came out with another song again. I wouldn't be upset at all. I wouldn't be like, man, what happened to Lil' Kim? No. Kim, just stop. It's okay. Did you not make enough during the time? Are you not getting enough from the concerts that you still going into the studio thinking you're going to make the next hit? And you're really just trying to get a quick couple of dollars from the streams because of the name. I guess that's fair. She knows enough people will at least check it out, whether they're going to clown it or not, and she don't care. So, you know what I'm saying? I almost feel bad for her. I feel like she's, if this is possible, I feel like she's cheapening herself by continuing to try to compete with people who are half her age, that weren't even born, some of them in the damn 90s, in the mid-90s. Like, you're competing with a whole different group. Kim, you don't need to compete with them. You're a legend. You could have just been legendary. But you've trashed yourself. You chopped your face all up. You don't even look like that pretty little brown girl that we saw back in the 90s. I don't even know who that is. I don't know who this is. Who is this woman? This is not Lil' Kim. This is Lil' Kim's clone that they put together in a lab and tried to make some weird looking Jetson style woman. Like, her hips were just, everything started looking weird. And I blame society for that. We put a lot of pressure on her to be pretty. And we thought she was pretty, but she thought her breasts were too small because somebody kept clowning her about that at some point years ago. And she went under the knife, and I don't think she ever came from under it. And she ain't been the same since. So I'm sad, and I'm upset with the people that are around her because she's a hip-hop legend, man. Like, let's stop letting her embarrass herself if you care about her. You see what I'm saying? Like, why do we don't, the public didn't need that from her. She got 6 streams on the drop of this song. 6 streams. I could get 6 streams. I could fart on a beat and get 6 streams. Lil' Kim would deserve more than that. But because she's trashed herself, people treat her like trash, man. I feel bad for her, man. I really wish she would just go retire somewhere, Kim. Go take your little money, whatever you got, invest the shit in crypto or something. I don't know. But just go sit down somewhere. It's okay. Nobody's going to be upset with you if you never drop another record. As a matter of fact, I might be pleased. Just being honest. At the way that things are going, you know what, Kim, you could stay off the radar. We didn't need you back. That's all I'm saying, man. I know a lot of people are going to say that she was the downfall of female rap. Well, you know what? We supported that shit. So if we the problem, if you want to make it the problem, we were the problem because we supported that. Nobody said, oh my God, Lil Kim, you're so nasty. Why are you saying all that? Nah, everybody was like, want to rumble with the B, huh? All that kind of, yeah, y'all know what's up. We did this. We created the Meg Thee Stallions. We created the Glorillas. We created the Sexy Reds by allowing Kim to be Kim when she was Kim and not putting a cap on it when she got older and kept going. Because now the younger versions of her believe that they're going to do that shit forever. Meg Thee Stallion will be 50 one day. And I'll be honest, I'm not going to want to see her still going body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. I'm not going to want to see that shit. So we need to stop it before it gets any worse. That's all I'm saying. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Respect Lil Kim. She should be in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, but you can't be in there looking and acting like this. You're disrespecting yourself. Put something on. You're like auntie. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. This is bad. Y'all let her do it too. I blame all of y'all. All the people in the chat, y'all did this. Y'all let Kim do it because she didn't ask me. So I have to blame somebody, okay? But nonetheless. All right, I'm through with her. Jordan Charles, it takes a lot for me to admit it. All this music that now is a grandfather, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe these kids are doing it. It was up to us to stop it. It was up to my generation, Generation X. We were supposed to stop that. The problem was we were the consumers of it. And our parents were throwing away our tapes and all that kind of stuff. They were trying, but they kept coming up with new ways of producing music. And I mean like media that the parents, hey, you weren't going to find the MP3. That joint's on my iPad or iPod at that point. So now you got to go through a computer that your baby boomer ass doesn't even know how to use to take away this music that you don't want me to listen to. So yeah, it was us. We let it happen. It is what it is, and we can't stop it. It is a monster that has rolled its way into town, and it's just going to eat and devour what it can while it can. Eventually, music will take a turn. It'll change. But I don't know. They might make it against the rules to be like that nasty again. Maybe they go backwards that way. I don't know. What I'm saying is we allowed it. I'm not going to take the onus off of where it needs to be. We allowed that shit. We supported it. We started freaking, and I'm talking about Generation X. But when I started going to parties, we used to have dance routines and shit, where it was like me and a couple of my friends would have a routine we would do that was like cool, right? And that would get the attention of the young ladies. And that's how you would meet the young ladies, and then you would grab one and slow dance with them at the end of the night. That was like the only dance you did with a chick was the slow dance at the end of the night, right? All of a sudden one day, I went into a party and people were freaking. They were just up on each other, just freaking, just balls and poles to butt cheeks. And it never went backwards after that. The music changed, everything changed. Special shouts to my man No Cat Freezy in the building. Thank you for stopping through, Freezy. I'm sorry I'm having a conversation about what the hell happened to hip hop and the fact that we have Lil Kim dropping Big Santa Poppy. Can you make it reindeer? That's the metaphor she's running with in 2025, bro. Lil Kim. Okay? We did that. We should have stopped it a long time ago, but we couldn't. The beats was too tight. We was grooving to it, and you didn't have to wait till the end of the night to dance with the girls anymore. You could dance with them through all the songs. And then before you knew it, they was knucking and bucking just like the dudes. And fighting and stuff. That's what happened. That's what happened. For those that were not present as a Generation Xer, I could tell you where the progression happened. I watched it, and I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed it at the time. I was part of the enjoyed group. I enjoyed that. I didn't have to go do flips and splits and all that anymore to get this girl's attention. I could just sneak up behind her while the song is on and then grab some hips and I was in it. Oh my God. I don't know why it took so long for you guys to figure that shit out. But anyway, Jordan, you know what I'm saying. You remember the time period. All of a sudden, twerking was a thing. Nobody was twerking. I mean, you see a little booty bounce here and there, but it wasn't like you'd have 3 or 4 girls lined up, jiggling their butts in front of you. Like, come on, how do you move in this world? Anyway, I know what happened. I'm not going to take it back. It just is what it is. I'm an OG now. I can look back and say, you know, we kind of screwed up there. But during that time, boy, I was loving it, boy. I ain't going to lie. I was loving it. Everybody was having a good time at the parties. It wasn't no girls on one side, guys on one side. We were all in the middle. Everybody was freaking, you know? Anyway. Shouts, Tamara. I see you got to get out of here. I got to get out of here soon, too. So I'm going to get to this last two stories I got here because, you know, we were talking about twerking, and it brought me to this story here. So hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sweating a little bit. See, y'all done got me frustrated with the early stories, and then I was wilding out thinking about freaking because I'm old now. I don't be freaking no more. I go to a party, you get like 2 or 3 dances out of me. You get one line dance, you know. Other than that, it's 2-step the whole time. I will 2-step your ass for 4 hours straight. 2-step. You might see my hands come up a little bit in the 2-step. You might. And every once in a while, when somebody enters the event, you might see me point at them during the 2-step. That's it. That's all you're going to see from me now. But back in the day, boy, I was doing flips and splits and all types of stuff, trying to get a girl's attention. Then all of a sudden, they said, no, you ain't even got to do that no more. Just walk up on them while they're dancing and hold their hips. And if they don't move, you good. I said, what? And then here we are. So Generation X, y'all fault. We made that adjustment. All right, so this one says tweaking and teaching don't go together. Well, that's pretty straightforward. Hold on a second. Get over here. There we go. Jeez. All right. Is that on? It's not on, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, guys, let me get to this next one. Tweaking and teaching don't go together. So let's see what this is about. Apparently, a teacher was caught probably ODing on that new pink Finny we was just talking about. That's what it looks like. And this is, of course, on X, so I warn you, it may be a bit abrasive for some. Okay? Go.
I'm so sorry. I'm such a bad person. No. I'm sorry, what was that? 100% oxygen? No. So that when you, so that the ambulance can come and make sure that you're okay. It's your privacy. Yes. Leave your coat here at school. And are you guys okay? Yeah. Did you use it at
No, please
go.
help me.
Yeah,
No, I haven't used it at school.
She has cocaine in the building right now.
That's what I was curious about.
She got cocaine.
On his way, stopped in. He was getting ready. They were getting ready to go, and he literally said she's high. But he also comes from a background in which he would be able to identify that.
Okay, yeah, that's wild.
The 8th grade came in, and one of the boys said, Miss Melissa's high.
Why are you twitching your feet like that? Can you try to stop doing that?
I have restless legs.
Okay, that's fine, that's fine. You taking care of yourself is the priority. Melissa, that's for the best.
Okay. All right. So she had cocaine in the building, and we all know.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
We all know. Okay. So I'm not going to say she's forgiven for this because I don't know what her real problem is. I don't. What I can say is school teachers are real people, and they be stressing out about your kids, and you don't know. Sometimes they might need a bump in the morning and think that they can make it through. And this just happened. This was a couple days ago. Jeez, this was like, it's like a month ago. Either way, it was probably when school first started, or it was just getting started. Because here's the trick. If you want to show up to work high, show up high the first day you start working at whatever job. This is I'm not promoting. I'm saying this is how to get away with the shit, okay? Show up high the first day, so your mark of how they act is based on them being high. So from then on, they can show up high every day, and you will assume this is their normal behavior. That's how to get you, okay? In case you didn't know. So apparently a student was the one that reported the teacher was twerking or tweaking and started twerking in front of the class. And because of that, they contacted the administration. The administration came through. They found that she had some cocaine on her in the school and was tweaking out. So I guess they assume it was cocaine. And we don't really know for sure. But the bottom line is this is who's watching your kids. You know, I'm not sure about their hiring processes and background checks and so on and so forth, but this is who they got. This is who they got teaching our children. Cokeheads. Daily. Because I'm sure this ain't her first bump. Why would you do that right before school? Like, if you're going to take your first ever bump, you wouldn't do it right before school. You wait till the weekend. I'm not promoting, I'm just stating for all of the YouTuber listeners, okay? If you were going to take your first ever bump of cocaine, timing is very important, and you would not choose right before I go to work at school. You would choose Friday night when nobody's paying attention, and so on and so forth. So I'm just making sure y'all understand. All I'm saying is she just got caught this time. This lady probably showed up every day high. That's why they didn't normally notice it, because she was probably high the first day, and they thought that was her normal behavior. And this day, she might have got to that purple shit we were just talking about, and it had her wilding out different, okay? So just be careful where you send your kids, man. I don't really know what to say about this one. Hopefully this lady was disciplined correctly, but I've seen enough videos of teachers intoxicated or inebriated that did not lose their jobs right away, just saying, or they went over to another school other than the one that they were in. Kind of like how police officers are getting trouble at one precinct and they just send them to another county or whatever. A lot of the teachers are. Unless they touch the babies. If you touch the kids and get caught up, you're done. But if you say you have a drug problem, they have to like put you through classes and shit. It's a whole thing to get rid of you based on the drug thing. They have to like give you an opportunity to get better. So a lot of the teachers end up working different jobs. Just letting y'all know. Shouts, no reply, stopping into the chat. Good to see you. We're almost out of here. We're almost out of here. But I'm glad that you showed up for the next piece. I'm actually very glad that no reply showed up for the next part, because it's really just a conversation. And we'll get to that in one. But Jordan, you may not know, they watched the chat for us giving information about how to complete criminal activity. All right? I'm going to say that as broad as I can. So we got to watch it that way too. They be on my ass. Pause. You're promoting. By saying cocaine is a hell of a drug, I'm promoting cocaine. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. They're sensitive, man. They're real sensitive. Like most young men at the Diddy party. They're very sensitive. So, but yeah, they seem to be nice to this lady. And I'll be honest with you, in the teaching situation, some of these kids can be wild and they can be assholes. And if you don't have the right mindset, you might end up wanting to sniff some cocaine. I'm just saying, you might get stressed. All right? I see that a lot of people don't understand that, but I'm just saying. I know some kids that can drive you crazy. And some people don't know healthy ways of dealing with this. So they turn to drugs. Okay? So watch who got your kids. That's all I'm going to say. All right, guys. Now we're going to have this little conversation that I got to arguing with the people on Reddit about. Okay? This is an interesting one because I think it depends on the group of people that you are with. So there was a recent video, actually 2 videos, that went around about this debate. And let's finally have this debate. This one's got everybody in their feelings over here. Thank you, IMZ, for the super chat. Always supporting the show. I appreciate it. I really do. IMZ says, I appreciate your purge. Said that so nicely, did you? I appreciate your purge. Your purge is appreciated. Thank you for your purge. That's awesome. So special shouts to IMZ. You get the definitely get the applause for that. Definitely. Definitely. Yes. Yes. And a couple explosions. I appreciate your purge. Your purge is appreciated. I would love to have a soundbite or something like that. The Purge has been appreciated at the end of the show. I'm gonna think about doing that. I'm feeling creative. So nonetheless, this one's got everybody in their feelings. There's people saying that when you go to an event or a party, right? And the idea is that you are splitting the bill at the party. Does that mean, okay, because this is where the question comes in. Does that mean that everybody just orders whatever the hell they want and whatever the total comes out to, you split that? Or does that mean split checks where everybody just pays for what they have? And that's where the conversation came out. So here's my take on it. Before I even play the clip for you, I'm going to just give y'all my take on it. If we are specific when we're communicating what the setup is, when we're first creating the party and the event, then we don't have to have these conversations at the time of the bill. But if you's a broke ass, you probably shouldn't be hanging out anyway, to the point where you need to be that worried about splitting the bill. You see what I'm saying? Like if you're agreeing to go to the Cheesecake Factory to take Aunt whoever the hell out, and everybody says we just gonna split the bill. If you not built like that, then stay your ass at home. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But at the same time, I think people should be specific about it. So let's go into it. Let's see how y'all feel about the clip. Dude, we've got two of them. This is going to be fun. We're going to go with the first one because she's the one that made the thumb. So we're going to go with her first. All right. Now, before I let us purge this, I have to say, let's not turn it into a tirade about broke black women or something. Because that is not the point. The point is basic etiquette about splitting checks. Okay? Stay focused, folks. Stay focused. All right? So this one is, let's see here, viral bill splitting, new diva discussion. I don't know if y'all are ready for this. Don't hurt me, man. The internet said we got to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it, okay? Don't blame me for it. All right? We all prepared. So this young lady apparently went out with some friends, and her caption says, respectfully, if you order a steak and 1 million drinks, don't expect me to split the bill. So see what she has to say.
So the bill's $5.16, so I'm gonna just take out what I got, and then y'all can just split the bill on y'all own.
Nah, but everybody's splitting the bill, so why are you taking out what you got? Respectfully, if you didn't have no money, you should have just done it.
Respectfully, I'm not paying for your steak, and I'm not paying for your mac and cheese, I'm not paying for your mashed potatoes, I'm not paying for your 5,000 drinks.
An expensive restaurant, so why?
I mean, I know I paid the restaurant. I told Nas before that I was splitting my bill, and I'm not paying with y'all because I told you what it was. Go through the messages.
Stay home though. Nah, you should have just stayed home.
It's the person. It doesn't matter. It is a birthday gift.
When you go to somebody's birthday, then you spend bread.
I'm sorry. Why y'all getting so loud? Why y'all getting so loud? Why y'all getting so loud? Nas, get your people incorrect because I'm not paying for their stuff. I'm not paying for their stuff. I'm not paying for their stuff, respectfully. I got myself chicken wings and french fries.
Here until the bill is paid.
Okay, well, hold on now. Let's just, like I said, we got to unpack this because it's very important to understand. I understand both sides of this, okay? Because if I show up and I only have some chicken wings, but y'all ordering steaks and lobsters and all this other shit, and I got to split that bill, I can see why she might have an issue with it. So the question is, okay, when somebody asks you if you would go out or do whatever and you'll split the bill, does that mean separate checks? Or does that mean splitting the entirety of the meal, regardless of who orders what? I put it in the poll. I need y'all's answers on there. I need to see what y'all say. See, Jordan, I know what you're saying. You're talking about people that got money, okay? You're talking about people that actually have money. People that actually have money, they invite you somewhere. it goes without being said. You're not expected to pay nothing. I invited you to my event. You know, when you get here, hey, the shrimp bar is over there and so on and so forth. Or I can state beforehand, hey, I'm inviting you out, but I can't pay for everybody food, so you're going to have to pay for your own food or whatever, or your own drinks or something. You establish these things. You establish them. And that's the first problem I'm having with it is I'm not saying the girl is right or wrong. I'm saying you should have had this conversation before the end of the damn night. Like this should have been a when we decided to go out type of conversation. That way you can understand. Now, when you say split it, do you mean I'm paying for the shit that I get or split whatever it is among everybody because it is such and such's birthday? Or splitting such and such's meal among everybody in addition to their own stuff because it's such and such's birthday. That's all I'm saying. You got to work these kind of things out. So I'm gonna let her finish.
Oh no. Y'all gotta stay here and split the bill.
I can pay for my stuff, baby.
Yeah. And nobody said y'all couldn't pay for y'all stuff, but all I'm saying is I'm not paying for y'all stuff. So I'm gonna go tell the waiter to split my shit and y'all can figure it out. 7 wins.
If that makes your pockets feel better, babe.
It does. It's gonna make my shit feel way better.
Yeah, I hope so.
See, they trying to clown her too, but truthfully, she's right. If y'all got 80,000 drinks and she didn't drink, and y'all got steak and lobster and she got chicken wings, why the hell should she have to pay for y'all shit? Y'all need to get y'all money right. Because truth be told, if your money was right, then the second she said, okay, I'm out, then it would have been no problem. We got enough to cover it between us anyway. So you just pay for your little chicken wings or whatever, and then bye. We'll never see you again because we wanted you to pay for our shit. So I get where she has an issue. I get it because maybe she wasn't thinking that when she was asked to split the bill because she might have been thinking separate checks. Like a lot of people think when they say we're going to split the bill, that means you pay for your shit, I pay for my shit, and then at the end, everybody's shit is paid for, and then we decide who's paying the tip or how much we putting in on the tip. It's a whole discussion that could have been had before everybody ate all that good-ass food. That's all I'm going to say. This is not that either person is right or wrong. I know how I feel about it. But you don't wait till the end of the damn meal to have the conversation, is what I'm saying. You prepare for either side. So if you're this girl, you should have been prepared to just go that route. But I don't like the fact that they're trying to clown her for it as if she doesn't make an interesting point. That's all I'm saying.
So Alex.
She didn't come out with money tonight, so you need to split
Alex, just can you put my bill on a separate thing, please? Because I don't know why they talking jazzy over here.
I'm talking jazzy. All right, so apparently at the end, he could not do separate bills. You know why? Because it was a party. So it was a party reservation, and they couldn't do separate bills like that. So what she should do is just add her shit up, and that's what she paid. End the discussion, because we're not going to be friends anymore after this. We're going through all this, you know? See, No Reply has a nice way of working this out. One person pays the bill, everybody else puts up for the tip or whatever. These are all things, but like I said, these are all things that need to be established beforehand. Or if she didn't have it like that and wasn't trying to spend the extra money, she can be honest about that. If she only got chicken wings and water and everybody else is eating filet mignon and freaking mac and cheese is not a delicacy, but you get my point. They're eating other stuff that's way more expensive than what she got. I can see why to her, it's like, yo, y'all are running up the bill on me and I'm not even getting all that good ass food y'all are eating. So she has a point there, but they also had to look at the fact that it was reserved as a party. So you don't get separate checks when you get a party reservation. They give you like a discount and they have the server. They got the gratuity amount already worked out for you. It's way different when you reserve it as a party. If you just happen to show up at a freaking Golden Corral or something like that and you're paying separate checks, no problem. But if you want to reserve a room and a space, all that separate check shit ain't going to work. Pay up what you pay up. You might have to put certain amounts on certain cards, But we ain't going to split just your shit. If you want to split it, you add up what it is, and you contribute that to the pot, and y'all can just remain enemies going forward after that, okay? This is easily resolvable. Now, I'm still, one side of me's upset that the girl decided to record this immediately, but then at the same time, I'm glad she did, because it puts a highlight on the fact that there are some people that have to go through that. To me, I wouldn't want to do it. I ain't gonna lie. If I had chicken wings and water and y'all had filet mignon and freaking grilled asparagus and shit and had 15 different Bahama Mamas and all that, no, I don't want to pay for all that. I might, just because I agreed to it beforehand. Maybe I didn't think that way. But in the back of my mind, I don't like y'all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like y'all getting over on me. So that's how she's feeling. She's feeling like they're getting over on her, because she got to pay a percentage of their food. So, yeah. So let's look at the second one. And I don't know, what's the poll saying? What are y'all saying on the poll over here? Is yes. So in the poll, y'all said that if somebody says we splitting it, it means separate checks. It doesn't mean we're going to take whatever the total amount is and divide it by how many people are here and everybody pays whatever that amount. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that works for a dinner. It could. But if you were trying to reserve some shit like a house for a vacation, you know, everybody's going to pay their percentage of the total cost of what the thing is. You might get there and not use all the amenities and be like, look, I didn't use the pool table, so I shouldn't have to pay as much as y'all, because y'all was using the pool table and the hot tub and all of that. So I shouldn't have to pay the same amount as y'all. No, we paid because the house cost this much. That's how it is when you book a party. The party costs this much. And it is what it is. 516 between 8 people, that's not even bad. Like, that's what, like $70 or so? Seems like a nice restaurant. They had steak and shit. So, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. So anyway, let's look at the second clip. For those that are still here, make sure you hit the like button. Okay? Hit the button. What's the second one? Second one. Apparently it's something similar, because they came together. Pause. So this one is another set of ladies.
I'm not splitting no check. I told them to get separate. I'm not splitting no check with y'all, so I don't know why y'all trying to split no check. I'm not doing it. I didn't eat all that y'all ate. Y'all getting drinks, y'all didn't get all that. I got this. No, it don't matter. It's my birthday. I got it paid for. We're not gonna do this birthday.
Damn, it's your birthday?
I'm paying for your shit. I'm paying for my own shit. We need to get separate checks. I'm not splitting no check. I can't wait till you 24 hours up. Why am I splitting check with y'all?
You know, I didn't know this was such a conversation, ladies. Is this what y'all go through every time you go out? You go through this? Seems like it's the ladies having this problem. I don't think a table full of dudes has this problem. Just guess it. Just guess it. Seems like it would be more easily resolvable. But this one, the girl who is complaining is the birthday person. What was she supposed to pay? She shouldn't be paying nothing. She's the birthday person. See, first of all, ladies, if you're going to take your friends out for their birthday, you're supposed to treat the birthday person. That's the person that gets treated. Everybody else split the shit, do whatever you want. But the birthday person is the person we're here to honor, right? So why is the birthday person even having this conversation about splitting the checks with the people that invited her ass out? You know what? I didn't know it was like this out there. I didn't know.
I'm not splitting no shit because I didn't eat all that. Got drinks and all that y'all got. Well, we always do that. I don't always do a fuck thing. I don't eat with y'all. I be by myself. I be by myself. I ain't by myself. I'm here for my son. My food. I don't eat with y'all. I'm not splitting. Y'all drink no more of this bottle. I ain't got to.
Wow, they're being so stingy. It's her birthday. Talk about, well, don't drink no more of this bottle. Then it's her birthday. You probably bought the bottle for her birthday. What is wrong with y'all? This is what I be talking about. Women don't like each other. Y'all can't genuinely be friends and be going through this conversation. I'm sorry. This is not genuine friendship conversation that we're seeing here. These are chicks that were thrust together because of something. They might all be football moms or something, or they all went to the same high school or some reason they're together. They might be family. That's always a good one. Where you're with some people that you shouldn't even be around. It's because you're related to them and you don't have a choice. So, yeah, but I don't understand this conversation either. So both of the women, in my opinion, have a point. The lady in this one and the lady in the first one. The lady in the first one, she said, hey, we splitting the check. Normally, for some, that means you just pay for your own shit. Pay, buy your own. For other people who have money, see, when people have money, they don't have this conversation. Like if money's not an object, like you could pay for the whole meal yourself of everybody's, you wouldn't have this conversation at the end because it wouldn't mean anything. See what I'm saying? Only broke people have these conversations. This is a broke people conversation, and there's no reason that the birthday person should be making a big deal about paying for anything because they shouldn't be paying for shit. So obviously, y'all suck as friends. All these ladies around here, y'all all suck as friends. Especially the one right next to her in the pink that said, well, you can't drink this bottle no more then. Okay, well, it's my birthday. I'll take that bottle from you. You know what I'm saying, no reply. These are not real friends, but these are the type of people that some of y'all hang with. People that don't really have your best interest at heart, and they will stop at nothing to make sure that you don't succeed before them. And you'll call them friends, and that's my sister and all that. Ladies, y'all need to look out. Because I'm telling you, I can't see going through this with guys. You either got the shit or you don't. It's not going to be no long conversation. It ain't going viral. I'll tell you that. It'll be, bro, I ain't got it. I got $80, y'all. I'm going to put that up. All right, man, we got you. And that's how fellas work. You see what I'm saying? We're not going to sit there clowning everybody and all that kind of stuff. You ain't got no money. You a broke ass nigga. Nobody got time for that. Nobody has time for that. If that's what you got. That's what you got. We all here together trying to have a good time. So I feel bad for both of these young ladies. I didn't think I was. I thought I was going to feel differently and that it was their fault and that they were being cheap. But both of the main characters were the ones in the right. And these so-called friends that they have are crappy-ass friends. And if you're one of those people in the world that you got some friends like this, and I'd hate to see what your enemies look like. That's all I'm saying. Hey. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. The poll said what it needed to say, which is what I expected, which is separate checks is its own thing. It's not the same as splitting the bill, but when you say split the bill, you assume that means separate checks, not run it up and whatever it is, we're going to split it however many ways based on the amount of people that are. I've seen those situations before, like a bachelor party. You might do something like that, but it's because you have a bunch included as a package. Like you got a couple of bottles, you got a couple of this, so you're paying for the package and splitting that among, let's say, 6 or 7 people. Makes perfect sense. But if you want a lap dance, I'm not paying for your lap dance. That's your money. You pay the extra money for your lap dance. That's what I'm saying. So it makes sense. It makes sense. I felt bad. I felt like I was going to feel bad differently. I thought I was going to find these women being cheap, but I think they're getting got, in my opinion. The so-called friends getting over on them. So nonetheless, that is our purge for the Thursday. So I want you guys to go talk to your peoples next time y'all have a meal. Make sure you establish what the payment terms are before you eat the damn food. Always a good idea. And if you can do that, then that will make sure that there's no misunderstandings at the end of the meal. But most people don't think like that, so this will happen again. And unfortunately, because I clicked on both of those, my X feed will probably send me a few more. So before it's over and done with, guys, I'm sorry, I'll probably have a few more maybe on. All right, so let me give my shout outs out because I do have to get out of here because as usual, I got shit to do. So let me get to that shit. But special shouts to No Reply stopping in as well. Coming in a little late, but always welcome. And that was supposed to be the gong. I'm sorry. But, you know, you explode too. There we go. Gone. Okay. See, No Reply said he got money. Said I'll go pay the whole bill and not even tell the people that I paid the bill. And they be at the table shuffling cards around trying to figure out who's paying for what. And No Reply be like, nah, guys, we good. Let's roll. See, that's the boss level shit. That's what I was saying. When money's not an object, then the conversation doesn't have to be had. But let's just be real. for most people, money is an object. So you might as well have the conversation to make sure that you know what the hell that, they expected. So nonetheless, special shouts, of course, to No Reply for stopping in. Jordan Charles for stopping in. I Am Z for stopping in the 2 super chats. And, of course, my man Freezy for stopping in. Tamara stopped in. I hadn't seen Tamara in a minute. And who else did we have in here? Tamara got a kick out of the term moose knuckle. She's in Canada, so I'm sure that tickled her places. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, I got to get to moving into the next phase of my day because it's now the afternoon. I have afternoon shit to do. So I hope you guys are also out there. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot to give a shout to my man Alban, who is my sergeant at arms of the mods. That is the mod squad. Been here for every episode, never misses an episode. Doesn't matter what time of day it is, what day of the week it is, never misses an episode. He's always here for the smoke if somebody gets out, out of line in the chat. Now, today I didn't open the chat up like I normally do because the last time I did that, things got crazy. So I'll get back to it, but I got to wait till I got the panel back because I want the panel to get some smoke too for them. Like I want the people to get the panel smoke because I love the panel smoke. I can sit back and just watch it happen. It's way more fun. So on Saturday, I don't know if we're doing a panel show Saturday, but we are back on the 15th. That's next Saturday, guaranteed, with the panel show. And I have Genesis here and Bravo and Bricks and everybody will get back together. But I had to take a vacation myself to handle some things. So I gave everybody, a month off basically and said, we will reconvene on this date. Prepare to purge. Okay. So if you can make it back on Saturday, that should be, I think we're going to do a night. I'll do a night one. So it'll be 9:30 at night. And if you can't be here, that's fine. Catch the replay. But if you do catch the replay, do like my girl Red Talk Anna does and put a comment in the fact that you're catching the replay. So I know that at least you stopped by after the fact to see what we were talking about. We can all keep up. But guys, if you are not out here being productive, you already know you're part of the problem and not part of the solution. And if you're part of the problem, then that, my friends, is and always will be the bullshit. Got it? I think y'all got it. Let's go. I got that 130 thing to it.